Hello everyone, my name is Computer for Tech and welcome to another video. If you want to know 5 tips about what to do when you're buying another microphone or your first time buying a microphone, here are some 5 tips I'm going to be giving you on what to do. So, first thing is, research brands. Brands are important when knowing your stuff about microphones. There are brands that I recommend that are like Shure, Rode. I would recommend Neewer, but they're kind of an off-brand company and it's kind of iffy, to be honest. And the build quality isn't the best from Neewer, as it is. They do very cheap microphones, like £40 for a decent cardioid microphone. I used a Neewer microphone, didn't have any problems with it. So if you want to buy one, go ahead. Next is research interfaces. Interfaces are things that are actually very important when looking at microphones. You cannot, well, if you're buying an XLR, it's an XLR microphone for me anyway. The interface is important because you don't know, because some interfaces have problems with the preamps where it hisses when you put on phantom power. Like my microphone interface over there, you may hear a hiss. I may find a way to edit this out. But if I don't find a way, you hear a decent amount of hiss coming from it. If you turn your headphones all the way up though, but I wouldn't recommend it because I probably have the gain pretty high up. Next is research preamps. Always research the preamps. Learn what a preamp is. I'm not going to explain it now because it's pretty in depth and you need a lot of stuff to know. But I will go back and have a little look at it so I know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know exactly what I'm talking about now. But just research preamps, know what they are, know what they do, how they work, what mixer or interface has the best preamps, what microphone works well with these kind of things. With PreSonus, I wouldn't buy a cardioid microphone because phantom power. There's a guy called Epos Vox who got a PreSonus preamp. Interface, and he was having problems with this as well. So I would recommend not getting any sort of cardioid microphone if you're going for PreSonus. Get a dynamic, and never plug a dynamic microphone directly into your computer because when wasting quality that you could be getting out your microphone by using an interface. Next point, watch reviews. Always watch reviews when you're getting a new microphone because there's varying opinions, of course, because everyone has a different voice. I recommend always looking at people with different voices. Like, I recommend podcastage and booth junkies. But podcastage has more of a higher, trebly voice, and then booth junkie is a more lower tone and a more deeper voice. Like, if you were to have a Rode NT1A, it doesn't work for booth junkie, but it works for podcastage. That's what you want to have. You want to have the best microphone for your voice. Everyone's voice is different. Remember that. And if you can, if there's a rental store next to you, say that rents out microphones or music equipment, have a little go on the microphones. It might cost you a bit of money to actually do it, but it's best to know if you're buying, especially if you're willing to spend £1,000 or 500 or less, like on a high-end microphone. Always go to a studio where they have all these microphones, or just go to someone where you can actually try them out. Like if you have a friend, if he has a microphone, a decent microphone that you are interested in purchasing, have a go on it. See what your voice is, listen closely, have a decent pair of headphones so you can monitor and just have as much clarity as you can when you're looking at different kind of microphones that you want to purchase. And the next point is research microphone address, or speech. Say you have a dynamic microphone here. You talk through it from the front of the microphone. There's a capsule here. You talk to it from the front of the capsule. A dynamic microphone, like this, the Rode NT1A. If I take this off, this is a Rode NT1A. It is a cardioid microphone. It requires 47 volts of phantom power, and it is a side address microphone. You may not notice in things like the Blue Yeti, but the Blue Yeti is a side address microphone. It is not a dynamic microphone. You speak for it from the side, not from the top. It's the worst thing you can do. Like Podcaster said in his video, And in some people's streams, people would speak, say you have a 80-20-35. There is a capsule thing on the top, and there's two side addresses. You have multiple things to choose from, but there's no dynamic setting on the top. So you don't talk to it from the top of the microphone. It's a side address. You always speak from the side address on a cardioid condenser microphone. Remember that. Cardioid condenser microphones are side address microphones. They're not dynamic microphones which you speak from the front of the capsule. The fourth thing is think about your recording situation or environment. You always need to know what your environment is like. Do not get a Rode NT1A cardioid microphone if you have fans blowing all over the place, if you don't have a really good environment. Say you don't have any acoustic foam in the walls like I don't. I have sound waves bouncing off the walls everywhere, going front, back, side all the time. And yes, I have a Rode NT1A. I have fans blowing in the background, but I chose it because it was just there available. I can just buy it there and then and not have to wait days to actually get decent quality. And yes, it is further away from me here, so it's not in the scene, but I don't want it blocking my face. And if you're going to be buying a cardioid microphone for vocals or anything like that, singing, and it's any vocal things, and you just want to hear your vocals, do not have something that is going to stop you from being able to sing. Like this. If I have a cardioid condenser microphone and I have fans blowing like a dude there, then it's going to disrupt the quality of your singing voice. You can't get all your voice into the microphone because it'll be picking up the fans as well. So if you have that there, I'd go for a Shure SM58, 57, a 7B, something that will stop fan noise from disrupting your vocal voice. If you're singing, get Shure products or a Rode product that is the Rode Procaster is a thing you should get. To be honest, it's £150, or a Shure SM58, and it's a handheld microphone that is £100. I'd recommend Shure SM58 because it is better at rejecting background noise than the Rode Rode Procaster, but the Rode Procaster is a more bulkier microphone, and if you want to have it in a scene, a SM58, that would be fine. Rode Procaster, not really. I just have it to the side of you because the dynamic microphones, mind you, are really not as sensitive as cardioid condenser microphones. That's why they're not as good at recording instruments as cardioid condenser microphones, because they're not as sensitive, and a cardioid microphone is not dampened down. What you say is like hearing through your ears. What you get through there, the capsule. What you say, you hear. Basically, you hear the same thing as what is going through there as you would hear in real life. Next thing is budget. Always think about your budget, and as I say, research online about certain microphones and watch reviews, because your budget can vary from £1, which you can get a microphone for that, to all the way up to 20,000. I don't know, but like the vintage microphones is that, but it's still really good and really popular. One of the most popular microphones is a Shure SM58, and that is £100. It's basically destructible. You can see tests on there and everything. I don't have one personally because I want to record music, like instruments and that, with a Rode NT1A. That's the main reason why I bought it, so I can do vocals and instrumentals. But of course, my vocals aren't as good as some people else's. I'm trying to train myself to be able to do rock vocals. So basically, look at the budget. You can get a really amazing microphone for £100, like the Shure SM58, and then it's a Marantz or an XL 990 that may not be as good, but you can see that a £40 microphone can be as good, maybe even better than a £1,000 microphone. But it doesn't matter that they may be handmade, or the metals may be more expensive to make and all that kind of jazz. It's a bit of a gimmick thing. It doesn't matter on sound, but a lot of things you will find that are more plosive resistant, like TLM 103, I think it's called. I don't really know. I'll have a thing up on screen if I'm wrong. The TLM 103, as I'm going to call it, is going to be better than the newer 7000 USB. Maybe not by a higher margin, but it rejects plosives better, which is a p p p sound. You're blowing air into the microphone and it's picking it up. So it makes it really annoying to listen to if you had just p p plosives. So always get a pop filter with whatever microphone you have. Use either a pop filter or this kind of foam. I have both. I double up on it, so I get less. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! It just went under the. There you go. Just make sure you have a pop filter or acoustic foam on your microphone, because it does help. And as I said, I do double up because I don't want to get as much plosives. But it's far away from me now, so you won't get as much plosives. You won't get any plosives, hopefully, towards you. Anyway, this has been Compute for Tech. If you enjoyed the video and want any more tips on what to do when you're buying a certain item, like a new computer, some budget parts for a computer, something like that, I will do it. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, feel free to subscribe, and see you later. Goodbye.